Dr. Barry, licensed psychologist, and here normally I share legal and court news from a psychological perspective. I recently went on a trip to Jamaica and I just wanted to share some tips, some things that I learned, some resources that were really helpful, and then also a resort and room tour that I recorded along the way. So, this was a family trip. One of our family members was having a family reunion. So, it's my aunt's husband. So he's from Jamaica and his family were getting together at the Royalton to have a family reunion. And my mom, my husband, and my 6-year-old son, we all went along. This was my 6-year-old's very first trip out of the country. I think I traveled out of the country for the first time when I was about 1 years old, so I was really excited for him to get to go on his first international trip, and I will share some things that came up about the trip that was just a little bit different and that I didn't have enough information. I tried to search for food options for kids, and when we get to kind of the review of the resort, I will share some tips there. So there was a travel advisory for Jamaica. And honestly, if you stay at a resort, as long as you use your normal common sense stuff, make sure to get in a licensed cab. We had transportation arranged that was part of our hotel accommodations. And really, we just stayed at the resort. Some people do go and do excursions, but just like don't leave valuables out, don't leave valuables in the room. I traveled with a lot of just so none of this jewelry is like real or expensive. I traveled with jewelry where if I lost it, if something happened to it, I wouldn't be upset about it. And I made sure to put it in my carry-on versus putting it in my checked bag. I did put some of our child's, like our liquid medication, our Benadryl. He's on allergy medicine. I did put that in the checked bag because we had a direct flight. So I was pretty sure our medication would definitely arrive. But if you have a layover, if there's any question of whether your stuff will get there, you should definitely put medications, all that good stuff in the bag that you're carrying on. That would be a lot better. So we traveled after Beryl. I was really concerned about just how is the resort doing, what's going to be going on. There is a Facebook group for this particular resort, and so before our trip, I joined that Facebook group. I've since left it because I don't really need to be in it anymore. And with that Facebook group, people were posting that initially after Beryl, and it was also on TikTok as well, there was some trees down. A lot of the resorts on the island have generators, so a lot of the staff didn't have power at their homes. And initially, the resort I think was lower staff directly after the storm, but by the time we got there, everything was pretty much back to normal, and we really had an enjoyable trip. You wouldn't have thought that there had just been a major hurricane on the island 2 months ago. And the one thing that I will say, so we stayed at the Royalton Negril, and that hotel was about an hour and a half, but really it took 2 hours. It took about 2 hours to get in. It took about 2 hours to get out because traffic, because things just happen. It was an absolutely beautiful drive because you drive right up the coast, and we got to drive through some small towns. It was a really nice ride. And the resort did have Wi-Fi, so I was able to, check my emails. I was able to stay up with all of that. I did get a VPN just in case. And then okay, remember I asked you to be quiet if you're gonna be in here. Y'all know I parent as we're doing this. So you gotta make sure to make no noise, okay? Or you're gonna have to go back to your room. Okay. All right, thank you. And so um and then I have Verizon, and Verizon has something called Travel Pass, where I was able to for $10 a day. I was able to still have my normal data, text, all of that stuff. So I used both of those things. Thank y'all to everybody that's watching. If y'all have questions, if y'all have things y'all want for me to definitely cover, I will. And I am going to share just some videos and some pictures from the trip as we're kind of talking. All right. So, with the arrival and departure, in doing research, I found out about something called Club Mobe. And this is not sponsored. I get nothing for talking about or sharing this. And with Club Mobe, what that did was that allowed us to bypass the normal security line. I had seen videos of people taking like an hour to an hour and a half to make it through customs and immigration. As soon as we got off of the plane and went down this little hallway, there was someone standing with our name, and she was phenomenal. She walked us, she got our passports, she helped us go through because you have to scan your passport. You had to do an online form. It's a enter Jamaica. You had to do your customs form beforehand. I flew United, and United wouldn't even let you get on the plane until they knew that you had done that form. And the strange thing for me with the customs form was you had to do one online for every single family member entering. Even though like for the one I did for my husband and the one I did for me, I was able to list their names on it, but each name at the top would give you a different confirmation number, and United wanted that main confirmation number for every single person. So the first time I did the form, I put all of our bags on mine and then was just because I didn't realize I would still have to do the exact same form for everybody else. So then I just went back and I redid the form saying I had two bags. My son had two bags. My husband had two bags. My mom, I think, had three bags. And so I was able to go back through, and it was super easy to do. And really, they didn't even like check the number of bags. Getting through customs was super quick and easy, but like I said, we paid extra to just be able to bypass security. And it's not something that you have to do. It's not a must have. If you have the extra finances to pay the $35, once you make it through security, they have a special lounge where you can order off of the menu. The food wasn't as great when we arrived as the lounge when we departed. So, the first lounge when for arrivals, it's super small because most people aren't gonna stay in that lounge for very long. Most people are going to be able to check in with their transportation. I think we stayed in that lounge for maybe 15, 20 minutes until we connected with family. We were able to use the restroom. The restroom in that lounge was nice. So we were able to like use the restroom before we got on our transportation to go on ahead and head out to the resort. Um Every all the staff at the airport were extremely helpful, because we just said the name of our transfer service, and they were able to connect us with who we needed. I would recommend if you're traveling to just print out your itinerary. So I had all of the Club Mobe, our transfer service, our resort, because sometimes immigration will make sure that you have a return ticket. So I had all those things printed out because it just made it super, super easy. And we were able to make it through off the plane and all the way through customs and immigration, probably including getting our bags in about 15 to 20 minutes. It was super, super fast to get through that. And waiting in the lounge, because we were waiting for family members that were on a Southwest flight, and their plane it came in a little bit late after ours, and so we were just waiting for that family so that we could all get on the same transfer service to head out to the resort together. Like I said, my uncle is from Jamaica, so it was really cool traveling with him because he was able to like tell us things about the island. The Our bus driver also told us things. I have some cool signs once we once we get to that part. because there was some interesting things that we saw. But yeah, so for Club Mobe, you can buy it just for arriving, or you can buy it just for departure. The departure lounge was really, it was big, because we were in there for about 2.5 hours or so, because you're in there while you're waiting for your plane to start boarding. And once again, it was a super easy process. All right. So let me go on ahead and switch to this one. So I I get travel anxiety, and something that helps me manage it is packing, is packing early. So normally, if I'm leaving for a trip, I normally start the process of packing a week or 2 before, because it just helps my brain. And so this was just my bags and my son's bag. Um the large suitcase, there's a cover. So, you don't have to have a suitcase cover. I liked having one. And then I had my little boho bag that I was able to just drape. And in that bag, I had my swimwear, my flip-flops, and also my son's swimwear, just in case when we got to the resort, if we wanted to immediately go to the pool or go to the beach. And so, I love packing early. My husband is the one that packs right before, but he packs way less than I pack. So I normally change about 2 to 3 times a day. So, like, for breakfast, I would wear, like, my bathing suit with, a swim cover that doubled as kinda like an outfit. Then I would normally, because we would stay out at the beach and at the pool for most of the morning, and then I would change to just kinda have just lounge around, get lunch. So I would normally change for lunch, and then I'd normally change for dinner. So that's how I normally do it. My husband would probably wear, like, the same thing most of the day, but maybe put on, like, a nicer shirt for dinner. There was a dress code for the resort, but the only thing that was enforced was you weren't supposed to wear hats into the main dining areas, but really nobody really complained about that part. Before we get to this one, let me share just the resort was massive. So, I probably got 15 to 20,000 steps a day. Our we were in building number 4, um, and I can't really tell which buildings. Yeah, I think because this is the main pool right here, and then there are actually more buildings, because I think there are a total of 9 buildings together, something like that. 8 or 9 buildings, there are a whole bunch of buildings. We were in building number 4, which was right in the middle. We were directly in front of the kiddie pool, the main pool, and had a beautiful ocean view. I think all of the rooms have an ocean view, like, they all face this way. Let me see. So let's go back to here. Um, all right. So I recorded some pictures. So on our flight in, we had a little console. I always travel with my son's Kindle, and so he had his I think he watched device I for I think he did watch on his Kindle. I watched a movie on the main console. I was so glad to find a direct flight from DC to Montego Bay, right out of Dulles. It was super easy. They have one flight that does that per day. I could have done a connecting flight in what's it called? In Florida. I was scared about doing that, especially in June or July, because there's so many thunderstorms. And Florida is known for grounding flights during storms. Florida gets a ton of pop-up storms. And once I get on the plane, I just want to get there if I can. So if I can find a direct flight, I normally try to do direct, especially when I'm flying with my son. That's just what I normally do. And then let's see. This was this was in the bus going to the resort. I thought it was hilarious that they had a God is in it sports bar and grill. Like, I've never heard a religious themed sports bar girl. Like it was we didn't stop, we didn't go to it. I just thought I just took a picture of that as we were driving in. Yes. All right. So this was the lobby. So at the Royalton, as soon as you get there it's an open air lobby. There's no like AC or anything. There are fans going, and right within the lobby there was a coffee and cappuccino bar, or like a place where you could do that. They also had gelato. I only like some of the flavors. The flavors were a little hit and miss with that, but it was just absolutely beautiful. And then this was the view from our room, and this little building over to the right with the white awning. Stay over there. Good job. That is an Italian restaurant. I do not recommend. Do not go to Jamaica to eat Italian food. I'm gonna make this bigger. Please do not go to Jamaica to eat Italian food. Please, please do not. Do not do that. The Italian food, it was not. It was my son's making a face because it was not good. Yeah. Do you want me to show the stream? You don't have to. Do you want me to show it? Okay. So my son is making stuff, and so he put the flour in here. Cool. Good job. So my favorite restaurants were the steakhouse. Amazing, like I had a phenomenal, amazing steak at the steakhouse. Everything was amazing there. And also Calypso was their Caribbean restaurant. The jerk chicken was way too spicy for my mom, which means it's authentic. Like it was good. Everything at Calypso was absolutely delicious, but I do not recommend that Italian restaurant. And the thing that I will tell you is that the restaurants did not have a kids menu, which like that's and maybe so this was my very first time going to an all-inclusive resort. So I'd been on cruises, but I had never been to an all-inclusive resort. And so the menu they had, that was the menu for everyone. And I am traveling with an extremely picky eater. Extremely picky. My son is super duper picky. And thankfully, at every restaurant, I was able to ask if they had French fries, did they have mac and cheese, did they have something? He didn't like the hot dogs down there, tasted like sausage, like it didn't taste because I tried it and it did taste different. My son does not like things that taste different. And so normally for breakfast, we would go to the buffet and I'd make sure he had a really big breakfast. And normally lunch he would have like french fries or something, and then dinner we would find something. There was 24/7 room service, and so we did get room service one night. I think it was the night we did the Italian restaurant, and he ate nothing. Like, it was my kiddo does not like, and I think we tried butter noodles. I think you wouldn't try them. We tried, he didn't like them. So we did not go off-site. There are restaurants like Rick's Cafe that you can take a boat to. That was one excursion that some people did. There are other restaurants that are close. Where the resort was, you would have to get transportation to get anywhere, I think, safely. I personally wouldn't have felt comfortable, just like you would have to drive somewhere most likely. So we stayed on resort. This was my husband's first time traveling out of the country in a long time, and so we just stayed on the resort. Lots of people headed offsite and did try different places. Jamaica has one of the best KFCs. Okay, so we did not get to go by KFC, but Jamaica has one of the best KFCs. There are YouTube videos of people just reviewing Jamaica's KFC. And the one thing I will tell you, if you travel to Jamaica, to make sure to just island time. Take a breath. Things will take a little bit longer. You might get amazing customer service. You might get horrible customer service. Like it can be a little hit or miss. A lot of times, the people, they might not be paid very well. And what I mean by that is, So we came right after a big natural disaster, and so we did try to make sure to tip very well and to do all those things. But there were a few places where the customer service was not great, and, but it is what it is. You get through it and okay. I did, pop up my mom up there. Uh, I had boiled plantains for the first time. So at the buffet restaurant, they had boiled plantains. They were delicious. They did have fried plantains as well. They seemed to be like they weren't a crispy fried. They were just kinda like but they tasted good. I think I might have liked the boiled better than the fried at this particular resort. The fruit most times was absolutely delicious, and we just had a really, really good time. If you do travel in the summer or in the like, if you travel in the summer, you have to be aware that there will be thunderstorms, that stuff like that will come up. All right. Did I make myself smaller? All right, let me make myself smaller. Let's keep going. So then this was the kiddie pool, and my kiddo, so they would turn it on about 9:30 or so. There would be a bucket that would fill up and splash down. He liked it before the bucket turned on, so we would try to get down there early. You see these little cabanas, and people would start reserving their space, like their chairs and the cabanas as early as 7, 8, 9 a.m. People would start reserving those. And we would normally reserve ours right after breakfast. And we were always able to find one at the little kiddie area. There were cabanas that were available for rent that came with a butler where they would bring you food, they would bring you drinks and all of that. And one of the family members that we were traveling with, they did get a cabana one day, and I didn't hang out with them there as long. My son was ready to go eat or go inside by that time, but my mom got to hang out in the cabana for a while. Oh, Lisa, you're boiling plantains as we speak. That's so cool. That's so cool. And and Lisa, you said most Jamaican restaurants have the best fried chicken. Yes, 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 yes. And the resort didn't have a ton of fried chicken. The resort didn't have a ton of that. I'm trying to remember, cause but so the buffet would have different themes each night, but sometimes they would have, like, a Mediterranean theme but I love the Caribbean night yeah, they would have different themes. I have heard good things about the shows that they gave, cause every night they would have shows. One of our family members was able to attend where they had headphones, and there was a DJ playing music across 3 different channels, and you were able to pick, like, if you didn't like the song, you were able to, like, change to a different channel, and everybody had on headphones, and there was, like, this silent party. Uh, there were fireworks one night, which I have no clue why there were fireworks. We did see a few, like, wedding parties. People do go out there to get married, but alright. So then so this is the room tour. So we were in room 4201 and 4204. The first number was your building number, so we were in building number 4. The next number is the floor, so we were on the 2nd floor, and then we had rooms 101 and 102. We did a two-bedroom suite, and so that's what we're about to take a look at now. And this was after the family had already, like, packed in and moved stuff, so you'll see a few bags places and stuff. But as soon as you come in, there was a smaller bathroom, so if we had guests come to the room or something, or if we were just out in this part of the room, there was a bathroom right there. This two-bedroom suite it had 3 bathrooms. So, um and so here's the shower. the top shower head in this particular one was broken because I think I took a shower or I gave my son a shower in there. One of us took a shower in there because we had come in, we had sand everywhere, and I didn't want to take the sand. And there were showers down at the bottom, and I think we used that a little bit too. But there was still sand, like there was sand in the shoes, and so we ended up using this shower as our like beach, sandy shower, which is super privileged. I'm aware. I'm super bougie. Okay. So I like nice things. I like all the nice things. I work hard, and this was just really fun to get to do. And YouTube. Y'all, thank y'all for all that y'all have done because this helped fund the little trip. So thank you. And so there was just a restroom. So there's just like a small bathroom there. There I am. And then bug spray. So if you travel to the tropics, Florida or Jamaica in like June to like August or September, it's super hot. There are going to be a ton of mosquitoes. So there will be bugs. We would get little, really tiny like lizards or geckos or something. We would get really small lizards. I'm going to show you a picture of a crab that was in the pool, and the staff removed it. We did have them remove one of the lizards, and but the second lizard we just left it alone. It was fine. So this was like a little like bar area where there were some chairs where you could sit down. There was a mini bar that could be restocked every day with water, Coke, and Red Stripe. I don't really drink beer, so I didn't try it. I don't think any of us tried the Red Stripe, but yeah.
And guess what?
What?
So, so the lizard was also swimming inside the pee.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so my son reminded me of a story. So we had a cricket that ended up in the toilet, and we had to flush that cricket like 5, 6 times because the cricket, as soon as you would flush, the cricket was trying to swim back. And so multiple times we had to flush to get the cricket out.
Yep, and I used the potty.
Yeah, did you use the okay, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna ask him any questions.
Yep, when
Mhm. So if you look straight, so that was the room with the king size bed. My mom took the room. Oh, that's my mom. So my mom is in the room with the king size bed. She had her own huge bathtub, and she had her own shower, closet, all of that. This technically her side. So 440, this was 401, I believe. Yeah, 4201. It could have all just been one room, and then our side could have been its own room. And this living space was kind of in the middle. And so we had a table, and we would eat lunch there sometimes. And then we had the deck, and the balcony. And the balcony went from this kind of middle room all the way over to my mom's side. And then because there were two queen size beds in the room where my husband, myself, and our son slept, that side had its own balcony as well. And so this is where you can see the beautiful, like and this was kind of in a cove. I think you can see Ryu. So Ryu is another hotel that's in Negril. Like you can kind of see that resort off in the distance. Yeah, that was a different hotel. And then let's see what's next. Yes. So this is the room. So this was our side with the two queen size beds, a little desk, and then there was lots of storage. And the couch might have pulled out to let somebody sleep. We didn't have to pull out the couch. I think this room technically sleeps 8 people. I think it might be 8, something like that. But yeah. And then this is the smaller balcony. Okay. And each of the rooms also had their own umbrella. I brought an umbrella just in case, but it was cool that they had an umbrella in there already. The bathrooms were nice. There was a separate toilet. So this is the little separate toilet area, and then there is the big shower. And it was a double rain head. shower with a little bench, and it was I enjoyed it. We really had a good time. And then there was the big tub. Nobody used the tub. Nobody ended up using the tub. We even brought some bath bombs just in case. By the time we would make it back to the room after dinner, I think my son had normally already showered earlier in the day, and we were normally just tired and just went to bed. Nobody ended up using the big jacuzzi tub. So this is just some more pictures. Yes, the little splash area. Aw, this was cute. The little this they had like a infant or toddler side all within that big little pool. And then yes, another picture of that. This is the little crab, and you're probably not gonna be able to see it that well, but there is a crab. Like, let me see if I can zoom in a little. I don't know if I can zoom in. Nope. Let's see. Can I zoom in? Not really. Okay. So there, I'm telling y'all, there's a little crab under that 1080p. There is a huge crab right there. It was big. So they did remove that. They did end up removing that crab from the kiddie pool. There was a parent that was already outside, and they asked to move it. For the glass bottom boat, Lisa, I saw that question, and let me find the guy's Instagram. Um, because there was Instagram at, is it Michael 77? Michael Tours 77? Something like that. Nope. Let me find. I have somebody on my Instagram. Let me try to find my Instagram. So it's not at, should just be Instagram.com/Dr. Patrice Berry. All right. So let me share this tab. So under my following, it won't let me go there. Let me try to see if I can type in Michael Tours because I think that was his name. Michael Tours 77. Almost positive. Yes. So, once again, not sponsored. We did not end up doing the glass bottom tour, but this was an individual that was out passing out his cards, and I saw lots of people use. And sometimes you can negotiate sometimes you can negotiate prices depending. But my son did not want to get on the boat. My cousin was not a fan of boats either. And so Lisa, we didn't do any excursions. We were super boring. We just we went to the pool, we went to the beach. I ate lots of good food. I ate a lot of good food. I got Miami Vices, that's pina colada and strawberry. We just relaxed and had a really, really good time. And my mom was, like, thinking about, like, she was like, "Hey, can somebody throw him on the grill?" Because that was a big crab. That crab was huge. Yes. So we just had a relaxing vacation. Many of you all know we did a Disney trip. We did a Disney trip in June, and that was, oh my, we went to all 4 parks. We, went out to eat, I think almost every single night. Like, it was just a and we were up first thing in the morning to do rope drop. And I came back exhausted. I came back from this trip relatively relaxed. And we're gonna get to the spa. So I think that should be coming up soon because we did go to the spa, and I might turn the sound off for that one. Um, the water was just gorgeous. I am a beach snob as well. Like, I love pretty crystal clear. Like, I like water where I can see in it, and I don't like murky water. Uh, and so, like, the beach was just absolutely glorious, absolutely beautiful. There were little fish swimming around. Some people went out really early in the morning and they said they saw stingrays. Some people would go out to the coral reefs. The glass bottom boat would take you out to a coral reef where you could like jump out and like swim with fish and stuff. But yeah,
My
you
not even know how to swim.
yep, you don't know how to swim, so we didn't do that. And then there were just these little places where you could walk out, and this was all at the resort. One of the beaches right there. Now for the spa. Okay, y'all. So my mom is phenomenal, and she treated me to the spa. So I had to tell my son because he was not happy, but he got over it. I was like, "All right, mommy, after we hang out at the pool and go to the beach, mommy's gonna go to the spa." And they were offering a discount where you could get a 80-minute massage for the price of a 60-minute massage. And so we did go on ahead and sign up for that. She got deep tissue and she said it was phenomenal. Like she got an amazing deep tissue massage. I got a Swedish massage. And before they took you back for the massage, you had an hour in the sauna, steam room, or just the hydrotherapy pool. So this was the hydrotherapy pool. And let me tell you, that water in the back, like, and I'm going to, yeah. That water in the back, when you go under there, like, it felt like a massage, and there was, like, a smaller it was all heated, and it all kind of felt like a jacuzzi heated pool, but it was super relaxing. I know. So I'll show you later, okay? Alright, and so the spa was absolutely amazing. We had a great time. So that was the one thing I did do, but that was still at the resort. We did the spa, and I had never done a hydrotherapy pool. Highly recommend. Highly, highly recommend. And I was towards the end, and so this is going to be a little TMI, so sorry, but I was towards the end of my cycle, and so I had these like I tried out these they're called like period undergarment or like period swimwear, and it worked great. Like it ended up working great. I don't have it linked anywhere. I got it off Amazon, but that ended up being helpful. But all right. And so this was the Club Mobay Lounge, and this is where we ended up just hanging out. And they had all of the departure times just so that you could monitor your flight from right inside the lounge. We did leave the lounge to go shopping. And so they just gave us a little rope, a little like, they just gave us something so that we could be able to get back in. And this was the buffet. We did have Jamaican patties. The Jamaican patties were amazing. Jamaica was colonized by the British, and the British brought their meat pies with them. And so the Jamaican patty is like their version of a meat pie. And I had chicken, I had beef. The meat patties were absolutely delicious, both at the resort and then here. The resort had like a jerk cut where we would go to get food, and then there was a food truck as well, like right out by the pool, which was super cool. All right, so Langston, it's your turn to go ahead and go into your room, okay? All right. I'll see you later. You can go downstairs at 2:30 to watch, okay? Thank you.
I need a phone.
And so within the lounge, there was a little kids area. My kiddo, he didn't. It was kind of younger, but like there was a little area that was playing. I think it was playing. Do you remember what was the name of it that it was playing? What show was it playing? It was like Sylvester. I don't know. But they were Looney Tunes. I think they were playing at Looney Tunes or something. All right. So now for the stuff. So I'm gonna show you a picture. My mom was super jealous of this. I should have just bought her one. I'm sorry, mama. I don't have to apologize. So this is you don't need it, okay? So this you don't need any of these things. The free version of something like this is to just use like a liter size. This is a quart size bag, but to use like a liter size plastic bag and just use like a plastic bag that you put your stuff in to put it in the seat back pocket, okay? That's all you need, okay? I'm an Amazon affiliate and they pay me in Amazon gift cards, which is just like giving their money back to themselves because of course I go and buy something else. I'm sorry. So, but this was super helpful because I'm gonna talk about some things that I would not that I regretted taking, that I regretted buying, and I will tell y'all like what you don't need for this type of trip. Because I heard other people mention stuff that I was like, "Ooh, that'll be helpful," and then it wasn't helpful. So, depends on your trip, depends on what you're doing, but yes. So, but this airplane pocket, it goes right over the tray, and it covers it on the front too. And I always wipe it down first. Super, and I don't like germs. They normally don't wipe that stuff off, and then you're able to put all of your stuff right inside of that pocket. And I enjoyed it. I like little things, and so um 'cause I'm also gonna show you all it's just a little, like, bag with all of your liquid essentials. I think I have that over here. And then this is my charger. It's one of my favorite chargers, and that's what we're gonna get to now. So, just a few things, okay? You don't need any of the things. My mom got the charger. The charger's super cool, and I think I have it over here to show it to you. So these bags, I regret so it ended up being bigger than, like, it takes up a lot of room, so I didn't end up loving this, so I didn't take this larger bag with me. I did, like, a local trip that I took this with me, and it was helpful, but for a longer trip, I didn't end up needing it. I love, compression cubes. This one isn't compression. I have another trip coming up, and so I've already started packing, so that's why I don't have my compression, but, like, having the little packing cubes, I think I like packing cubes. You don't have to have them. I enjoy them. If you're gonna go to an all-inclusive resort, go by Walmart or hop on Amazon and get if your kid likes beach toys, then and you can just walk around the beach and there will be like somebody will just have some somewhere. But it was nice us having our own. My kiddo loved having his little beach toys with him. This is that little airplane pocket thing that goes right over. So it fits right over the tray. And then there are, oh, this is the part that fits over the tray. It fits right over the tray, and then these pockets are deep. Like, it can fit a little water bottle, like, they end up being quite deep. So, I like it. You don't need it. For going someplace like Disney, ponchos are really helpful. I took ponchos, and we didn't need them at all. Didn't end up needing the ponchos for the all-inclusive at all. This is another thing. So they talk about these little towel bands that go over like when you're out at the beach, you can like have this to know which one is your towel. I had these, never didn't use it not once. Cuz we got the cabanas and this like really I didn't really get the regular chair. So the little towel bands didn't need it. Now if you were on a cruise, these might be helpful, but yeah. Let me see if I can find a better picture of this. I think I have it over here. Let me share my tab. All right. So I do have a little travel essentials list. I think I have it linked down below, but where is it? This right here. So I brought it and we never even went to the big pool. But it is cool. It can be used as a chair, a hammock, like I brought it and no, I didn't even blow it up. Nobody ended up using it. It didn't even end up really being a thing. My big beach bag, I just brought this from Walmart. Some people it's good if it has a zipper, because if it has a zipper, it can also double as your, like, carry-on bag. This one doesn't have a zipper, so I wasn't comfortable taking it as my carry-on bag. I just threw it into the suitcase. It wrapped up super small, and so it was easy to travel with. Um, okay. I told y'all, like, these are the things I didn't regret. So, I love this little hat. Like, this little hat, I love this little hat. And so it folds up. The top of it's gone. But yeah, I saw a friend of mine travel with this, and I was like, "Ooh, that's super cute." And so, yes. So, hey, Sarah, I went to Negril. I went to Negril. A fan, super duper helpful. We use these at Disney. That's what I got this for. Well, let me get see over here. There we go. The fan was super helpful. For Disney, the little water thing, but this I didn't use this at all in Jamaica. It's a cooling towel. I didn't use it at all. All right. And then so they also got the little towel like thing where you like clip it onto the chair. Didn't use that either. And so what else? Ooh, things that were good. So this is a hanger. Let me get rid of this. So this is a little fold up hanger. I I enjoyed this. So, not needed. Do you have to have it? No. I told y'all I brought a lot of outfits. And so having my own hangers makes sure that and I like to hang my stuff up. I don't like to put a lot of stuff in drawers. So that's helpful for me. You might not need it, but I like them. Let's see, let's see. If you fly United, they sometimes offer you little like hand sanitizing wipes. Take those free wipes and wipe your stuff down. And so that was just the extra one. And then my son, we took our own goggles for him. Ooh, this is my bag. Let's see what's in this part. And here's that charger. Ooh, the other thing. I think it's in here. Okay, I just have two more things. So this phone case was super duper helpful. So my phone just fit right in there. And I would also put I had a little small wallet that just had like one credit card. But I would just put that in here as well. And I was able to travel with this. So I loved that. And then last thing, this is a charger. And so you're able to charge it in the wall. And then it has the iPhone adapter. And then it also has USB-C and then also the small one. Some of my son's stuff uses this really small one. And so this is one of my favorite little chargers. Super small. Oh, yes. So, Sarah, I have an iPhone, and our iPhones, I don't think iPhones are waterproof. Like, I don't think they're supposed to like go in the water. And the nice thing about this is I was able to just like keep it around my neck. So, like, when I went into the ocean, when I was hanging out with my son by the pool, I was able to just kind of keep it here. Sarah, I love tech. I love gadgets. I love the things. Oh, the other thing I didn't need. I got these little like reusable straws, didn't even use them. Like, we just use paper straws. So in Jamaica, they don't use plastic straws, which is good for the environment. They only have paper straws, and so I, like, brought this little, like, travel didn't even use it. Just use the paper straw, and it was fine. On on United, they gave out free, like, headphones. These are crap. Bring your own headphones. And I had my own already, but they were giving them out for free, so of course, like, I love free stuff. But then I plugged them in and they were crap. It's great if you don't have anything, take it and it'll be fine. But if you already have your own headphones, don't even take these. They're not worth it. They weren't very good. All right. And so I really truly had a great trip. Thank y'all so much for joining me for this review. I'm going to go just in about 2 minutes, maybe 2 to 5 minutes. I'm going to start the next video and we're going to sit for a while to talk about Ashley Benefield. Like that's my normal coverage. That's the normal stuff. Sarah, I didn't have enough room in my bag for the travel samples, so I gave them to my mom. So my mom has like the Royalton lotion and like the Royalton, conditioner and all of that stuff. My mom is the one that has all of the free samples. I love free samples. I probably have like Disney like lotion and I don't know. I probably have stuff everywhere. I kept saying this is the last thing. Okay, this really is the last thing. So this is stick deodorant. Oh my gosh, my light's too bright. I think it's called Beach Defense. But so I'm darker skin and there are sunscreens that turn me gray. So I use Black Girl sunscreen, love it. I use the kids version cuz I think it's 70 SPF. I think it's 70 or 50, one of the two of those. It's a higher SPF, but this goes on clear. Like you can't it's a little glossy, it's a little greasy, which I don't mind, but, I absolutely and it's a solid, so it doesn't count as a liquid. So, I absolutely love this. Yes, and so yeah, so, I'll never forget looking for sunblock for my kiddo when he was in daycare because he would either turn purple or he would turn gray. And Black Girl sunscreen, I think, there were a few spray but I didn't love spraying stuff near him because it's like he was so little. So, I was super glad when that brand came out because there's some brands that have something in it. I forget what it's called, but it turns dark skin like gray or purple. And, I just love that this one goes on clear. I did also take Black Girl sunscreen with me too. I probably have it over here. I told y'all I'm already packed. I truly am already packed for my next trip. So, we have the aloe, I think this is from Wegmans, but, like, Walmart, because I do, like, if I'm out in the sun too long, I will get red, and so aloe's super helpful, and then we have the kids version of the Black Girl sunscreen. Oh my gosh. This light's super bright, so just trust me, this is kids version Black Girl sunscreen. So give me a few minutes and then we'll start the next we'll start the next video. I hope y'all have a good one. Bye.